Are you ready to harness the power of tomorrow, today? Imagine a world where energy not only powers our homes and businesses, but also empowers our communities and ecosystems. Rise and shine, leaders. This is Glen, Guyton, your cultural futurist, equipping organizations with effective strategies to foster a culture of innovation, reduce workplace stress, and elevate team performance. It's time for our executive coffee break. I've got my beverage in hand. I hope you have yours too. They say you can't choose your family, but you can choose your workplace culture and your beverage. Leadership matters, so you might as well get good at it. And if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe. Well, today's focus is on cultural futurism and its critical role in shaping the future of energy. As leaders, our understanding of future cultural shifts isn't just a tool, it's our compass in navigating the uncharted territories of sustainable energy solutions, policymaking, and consumer engagement. So let's unravel this together. First thing I want to share is let's get an understanding of cultural futurism. Cultural futurism allows us to forecast significant shifts in societal values, behaviors, and priorities. It's about looking beyond the immediate horizon and understanding how these changes impact the energy sector. It challenges us to think big, envisioning a future where energy is not just consumed, but interacted with in a symbiotic relationship where technology, environment, and society, they all work together. So we need to think about that. What is the future of the work that we are doing? And maybe you aren't in the energy sector. That's who I'm focusing on today. But think about the things that you bring into our society. How do cultural shifts impact the work that you do? And then what is the integration between technology, the environment, societal values, and the work that you do? Now, this is really critical as we think about energy, power, and transmission, because those directly impact our livelihood. And as we have more people, that changes policies. We have to think about how we generate power and the impact it is going to have on neighborhoods, the ecosystem, et cetera. But we can apply these learnings to any sector. Number two, innovation. Innovation isn't just about creating new technologies or new stuff. Sometimes innovation is just reimagining our approach, and I'm going to say here, to energy or to whatever business you're in. Cultural futurism guides us to develop solutions that resonate with future societal norms. Imagine smart grids that not only manage energy distribution efficiently, but also allows us to engage users in energy saving behaviors through gamification and incentives, fostering a culture of sustainability. And so as we think about how culture works with strategic foresight, how do we begin to combine the two in our thinking as we plan for the future? How can we get ahead of what's coming? That's what we want to do, right? We don't want to be behind the power curve. I live in San Antonio, Texas. One of the things that we're struggling with, and every major metropolitan area is struggling with this, is traffic, traffic flow. And now our leaders are saying, okay, we need to catch up. But once you're trying to catch up, it's too late, right? You already have gridlock. And so now once you're trying to plan for the current growth, you're creating more of a problem. And so as we think about our industries and again, thinking about the power industry, what do we need in the future and how can we get there before we have gridlock, right? Before we have before we're trying to catch up, before we're going to cause more problems. Again, in Texas, we had a significant challenge with our grid during Snowmageddon a couple of years ago. We couldn't handle the power needs. We couldn't handle the transmission needs, and we had a catastrophic failure. I had a catastrophic failure here at my house in regards to not having power when it was freezing in my house. And so we know these things are coming. We know that problems will happen, or we know we're going to have more demand. And so how do we predict what's going to happen? How do we get ahead of these trends? Cultural futurism helps with that. Next, number 3, policies. How do we shape the policies of tomorrow? Policymaking must anticipate and adapt to cultural shifts. As leaders, leveraging insights from cultural futurism allows us to advocate for policies that support long-term sustainability and resilience. This means investing in renewable energy projects, incentivizing green initiatives, and creating frameworks that encourage innovation and protect our ecosystems. So there are a lot of things that come into play when we think about our businesses, especially when we are in providing needs to consumers, municipal needs. These things are impacted not only by how well we do our business, but also the policies that are in place that can be overly restrictive or that can allow us to go about our work in a very efficient way. One of the challenges in the power industry is some of the regulations and restrictions that don't allow us to don't allow you to build new power plants, or don't allow you to take advantage of nuclear power or the other types of energy that could be used. And so it's not only about how well we do our job, but also how well we connect with politicians and other people in order to make the best decisions, not only for our business, but also for the end consumer and for long-term sustainability. Those are things that we need to think about. Number 4, engaging the next generation of consumer. Very important. The future of energy is deeply intertwined in how we engage consumers. Today's consumers are more than just users. They're participants in the energy ecosystem. Understanding their values and expectations, from transparency and sustainability to technology and community, is key to designing services and solutions that not only meet our needs, but also inspire their participation in a greener future. As you think about the next generation of consumer, social consciousness comes into play. How do we get people on board? Again, this relates also back to thinking about policies. How do we get people on board to understand that they are part of this? How do they participate? And there's some programs too now where consumers can participate by having solar panels put on their roofs. What are some other things that we can do creatively that increases capacity, but also engages the consumer and makes them willing participants? Because now it's just like, hey, you're sending me this bill. My power's going out. I'm having brownouts, and I'm paying more money for a decreased level of service. And depending on where you are, again, here in Texas, in the summers it's hot, and they're saying, hey, you need to cut off your AC. It's hot. I don't want to cut off my AC. It's hot. So how do we engage users in a way that allows them to be willing participants in the transmission needs and sustainable growth over time? Number 5, leading with cultural intelligence. As leaders, our ability to navigate the future hinges on our cultural intelligence. It's about being open to learning, adapting, and innovating based on the cultural currents shaping our role. This means fostering a culture within our organizations that values sustainability, embraces change, and is committed to making a positive impact on the world. In closing, the journey towards a sustainable energy future is both a challenge and an opportunity. It's an invitation to innovate, to lead with vision, and to shape the future with intentionality and purpose. All right. Hopefully you've gotten some ideas, some things to think about as you go about your work. And if you're not in the energy sector, please listen to this and think about the things that you can do to engage with your consumers, to engage with your community, to have a more sustainable future. So let's not forget, better leaders get better results. So to every one of you leading the charge for more sustainable and engaging workforce, I leave you with this. Stay bold, stay inspired, and remember that your actions today shape the culture of tomorrow. My name is Glen Guyton. You all have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day.